Hello. This tutorial is going to cover schedules and phases. So to begin this tutorial, I want you to open up the project that we've been working on in the class so far. And the first thing we're going to work on is we're going to create a schedule. Schedules are in the construction document set, and they itemize and label different components of a building. Specifically, in this case, it'll be the doors and the windows. So let's go to the View tab above the ribbon. And then under the Create panel, we're going to go to the Schedules. We're going to click that drop-down menu and select the Schedule and Quantities. The first thing that we want to do is, to make this easier for us, we want to filter the list to only architectural components. So you'll unselect these, and what it does is it minimizes the list of items or the categories that you see. Now in the category section, we want to, we're going to make a door schedule. So select the door, and you'll see that the name changed to door schedule. We can accept that, or you can change it. So I'm going to accept it as is, and I'm going to click OK. In the Schedule Properties window, under the Fields tab, you'll see that now we have the door fields and the available fields that we can choose from. These fields become the columns that you see in the schedule, and you want to add them into our scheduled fields section in order from top to bottom, as you would want to read it from left to right. So in this specific door, we want to use, let's say, type mark. And then, so once you select your field, you want to click the Add Parameters button to add it into our field options. Next, we want to do type, and we're going to move that over. Let's do the width, and then let's do the height. There are so many more different things that you can do. You can do descriptions, family types, functionings, other kinds of different parameters. But for now, we're just going to stick to these four. And I just noticed that I put these in incorrectly, and that's okay. I don't have to take these out by using the Remove Parameter button. I can select the parameter that is misplaced, and then I can use the up and down arrows that move these parameters. And I want type to be at the very top of our list, so go ahead and move that type to the top. There are many other things that you can do to your schedule that you'll end up seeing, and we're going to go through these, and we're going to change some of these options just so you can get used to the different properties and parameters that you can set to change the visual graphics of how you view your schedule. So first, go to the sorting and grouping, and then let's say we want to sort our list by type. So we're going to use this drop down menu next to sort by, and then select type. We don't want to itemize every instance, and what we'll do is I'm going to uncheck that right now. And I'll have you do the same, and then we're going to come back in and then check it so you can see the difference. All right, now we're going to go to the Formatting tab. And let's say this is just going to format the text and things like that. So let's change the type mark. We want to have it read as an alignment to the center. So go ahead and select that, and then assignment to the center. And then next we want to go to the Appearance tab, and we're going to change a few things in here. Let's check the outline. We want to see an outline, and then let's go ahead and change that outline type to wide lines. And then what we'll do is click OK. And then here's our door schedule. So I wanted to show you what the door schedule could look like in a different sense. So you can see under type mark, we have the door curtain walls. There are 13 of them. But let's say we want to change this to where it actually lists out every single door. We'll go to the formatting. Over here in the properties panel, I'll just click that edit button, and we're going to go to fields. Nope, sorry, go to sorting and grouping. And then you can itemize every instance and then click OK. And then here you can see that every single door is now listed that is in the project instead of being grouped just by the types that are there. So just to get the hang of this, let's go ahead and do one more. Let's go to View. Let's go to Schedules and Quantities. And this time, let's make a schedule for Windows. And then click OK. Under Filter, let's add, we'll do the type of window, the type mark. We'll do the width of the window. And we'll do the height of the window. And then under sorting and grouping, let's sort it by type. And then let's keep itemized every instance checked. Under formatting, let's change all of the alignments to center. We'll see how that looks. There you go. And then let's go to Appearance. And then let's do Outline, and we'll keep that thin lines. Let's make the first row, let's stripe it a color. On this little box here next to it, we'll click that box, and then let's choose, maybe do like a light yellow. Maybe go a little bit lighter. And then click OK. And then go ahead and click OK again. And there you go. So now we have a window schedule, and every other line is colored that nice yellow that we chose. So the next topic that we're going to cover in this tutorial is project phasing. And for this example, just consider an office building that's being designed to accommodate a larger amount of employees that they're going to have on this location. Revit can classify the parts of this renovation into phases such as new, existing, demolished, or temporary. A new construction would consist of any elements that are added to the building, such as new foundation, new walls, floors, windows, doors. Existing construction would consist of the original building footprint, where those doors are located, the walls. It's basically a survey of what part of those buildings are there. From that point, the architect can choose to show which of those existing elements will be demolished during construction, such as like they're tearing down this one wall in order to extend out all floors of this part of a building. And then the temporary construction, it consists of elements that are used during the construction, whether it be, do they need fences, scaffolding to hold up any walls, braces, anything like that, that is used temporarily to hold up the building together, but then will be taken away and is not considered part of that final project. So to create a phase, what we're going to do is we're going to click the Manage tab at the top of the ribbon, and then we're under the phasing panel. We're going to choose the phasing icon. So over here under phasing icon, and then in the phasing window, we're going to select the number to the left of the option that's labeled existing, which will select the type of phase that we want to look at. And then we're going to select the button after. So this created a new phase that is after existing. We're going to click on the name, and then that puts the cursor in there so we can rename that, and we're going to call this demolished 2. The next step is we're going to go to the phase filters at the top of that window, and we want to focus under the we're going to click a new button along the bottom, and then we're going to rename this filter here. We're going to rename it Demo Only, and I'm going to put 2 because I have 2 in here. These phase filters do tend to change how your building is represented, especially during renderings. So sometimes in any of these, you may end up with a rendering that has a black screen, or it puts in like a translucent kind of checkerboard box. So at any time, it may be that one of these phase filters may be labeled incorrectly. If that's the case, they say the troubleshooting technique is to go in here and change these to by category. And that'll also be based on what the elements are in the building. So you may have to select certain elements and figure out, like, are they on the complete filter name, are they under new, previous, and then you can figure out which ones to change the categories. But for now, we're going to set this demo only 2. We're going to change the new to overridden. We're going to change existing to not displayed. And we're going to change temporary to not displayed. And then we're going to click OK. So in any view, you can just select any item, and then I'll show you where to go in the type properties, the properties palette. At the very bottom, you'll see phasing. And so these elements are created under new construction. Let's say if this is not new construction and say you want to make this a demolished thing, you can click that and then change it to a different phase. And that's all that's all I have on phasing. So good luck, and we'll see you on the next tutorial.